Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to our Shelby Township Real Estate Market Update. And this market update is for July of 2022. Hi, everyone. Joe Militello with eXp Realty back here with you again, bringing you the latest real estate news and market updates. And before we get started, just a real quick reminder, if you haven't done this already, please like and subscribe to my page as I bring you new and updated market videos regularly, and we'd like to bring you all the latest and greatest news, okay? So without any delay, I want to get right into it today because we're getting a lot of questions. Of course, as you know, we've got some market shift going on, and we've got tons of questions from customers whether they should or shouldn't, okay? And you know me, I like to start with not just the local news, but I like to go nationally as well to give us a little bit better perspective on the market itself. So we're going to start with the Metropolitan Association of Realtors information. And again, this is a national statistic because we're looking at the National Association of Realtors feedback on the current marketplace. So looking at a national statistic, you guys, right now, nationwide, with monthly mortgage payments up more than 50% compared to this time last year, the rising cost of home ownership has sidelined many prospective buyers. Now remember, you guys, this is a national stats, so it doesn't always pertain to specific areas. And I think in our area, we're still doing very, very well. And I'm going to show you that with the statistics because the stats don't lie, right? So nationally, the median sales price of existing homes recently exceeded $400,000 for the first time ever, with a 15% increase from the same time last year, okay? According to the National Association of Realtors, as existing home sales continue to soften nationwide, home supplies is slowing somewhat with inventory up, which means we've got more homes for sale in the market, so the demand starts to come down a little bit, right? And that time, the growth is expected to moderate as supplies grow from now and homeowner inventory remains a little bit low. So you guys, you know, what we're looking at is a little more homes coming up on the market. Why? Because interest rates are rising, right? We know that, and that gives people pause. So what are they doing? They're making adjustments because when interest rates rise, what does that mean? That's purchasing power. So I can either afford a little bit less or I have to end up paying a little bit more per month. That's still not crushing our market. I see a lot of negative information coming out on the news, which I really don't like because it's national. It's not specific to our area. And I think that's a little bit of a burden for us. So I want to get into, of course, we're going to look at Shelby Township today specifically, but we're going to look at the numbers. The numbers don't lie because this is what we do every single day. And the stats are what keep us moving forward. So the big question is what? Is Shelby Township a buyer's or seller's market? That's the one we always start with first, right? And going by the stats, we're still sitting in a seller's market. Again, the stats don't lie. So with the number of homes that I know that I've been listing and selling, we're still moving forward. As a matter of fact, I just listed another one in Shelby Township yesterday. It will be live on the market in the next 3 to 4 days, which, by the way, you guys, if you know, you're in the market for a home, you know, reach out to us because I can tell you that we bring in a lot of listings. I bring in listings every single week, 2 to 3 new listings every week. And in many cases, you might be able to catch that off-market property. So you can always reach out to us. You can contact us right in the link below in the description, and we'll be glad to get right back to you. So we're going to get right into the median sold prices, right? Our median sold price is still up. It's still strong. Now look at Shelby stats here. And remember, we go back looking, we go over 12-month period. So from July of 2021 to July of 2022, we're still up 5.5%. Now remember, you guys, a good stable market is anywhere from a 5 to 7% market escalation. That's a good average stable real estate market. That's what we like to see. That means things are moving forward and we don't have a shortage of inventory, but we don't have an aggressive buyer's market either. We're staying nice and stable and we have good market escalation, which means, of course, a good investment for you guys. Now, one that I always like to focus on because it does make a factor in the marketplace is medium sold prices by bedroom count. 3-bedroom is the most common. 4 bedrooms, there's more needs for 4 bedrooms right now. We're seeing it. Look at the stats. 4-bedroom stats, we're still up from last year, 26%. With the lack of inventory, we're still seeing a very big need. Growing families, they don't want to squeeze everybody into the 3-bedroom homes anymore. The 4-bedroom, even 5-bedroom sales are up, and they're much more desirable for customers looking for that extra space. So again, Shelby's still holding strong, even compared to our surrounding or neighboring cities. And we're looking at Rochester, Sterling Heights, Utica, which a lot of people still consider Utica kind of Shelby, if you will. Some do, some don't. Some like to separate that zip code, but it's basically in the heart of Shelby, if you will. And Rochester Hills, all these surrounding cities are still up on market. But Shelby is the least out of those. So out of those 5 cities, we're at the bottom of that list, but we're still gaining ground. And that's the important thing, especially when you're thinking about selling your property, because these are all based on the medium sold prices, okay? And that can vary from your low price range to the high price range. If you're in the $200,000 to $300,000 price range, it might be a little more aggressive as opposed to maybe 500 to $1 million and $1 million to 1.5 million. And those might be not quite as aggressive as we see in the lower price ranges, but still Shelby holding strong with its neighboring cities, as it always does. Now, this is where we get into some more interesting stats, because this really kind of tells us what's going on with the current marketplace. As you can see, the number of homes that are available are up. And what does that mean? When the number of homes are available, that's up, that means we have more inventory. Okay, and why do we have more inventory? Well, because the buyers are kind of holding off. That's tapering a little bit, right? Some buyers are being sidelined, as we read right in the beginning, because of the rising interest rates, or they're making that adjustment to say, you know what, we're going to maybe hold off, or we're going to go ahead and put something together on maybe a lesser of a property. But more inventory means not so much of an aggressive market if you're out there looking to buy. You're not going to face so many of the multiple offers, but we're still seeing that. At least I know I am with my selling platforms. And guys, again, being in this business for 30 years, I've developed a lot of selling platforms, and they're constantly evolving because our market constantly changes, right? We don't want to do the same business we've done 30 years ago, 20 years ago, not even 10 years ago, because one, the market changes quite a bit. Our industry has changed immensely, and technology has given us tools that we've never had just in the past decade alone. So that's a strong indicator of putting together the proper platforms for selling your property and getting the absolute highest price. And we can talk about that another time, okay? So with the increase of the number of homes that are available on the market, of course, means the homes for sale by bedroom count are up as well. But as you can see, the 3-bedroom, most popular, but that's up by 20%. 4 bedrooms, only 10%. Big demand for 4-bedroom homes, you guys. So that's a huge factor in the marketplace, as I already mentioned. And that's something that we have a lot of focus on as well when it comes to buying and selling. So this is one of the most interesting stats that I like to focus on, because it gives us a true indicator of the market and pricing. As you can see here, now this is the number of homes that have sold in July. Okay, 82 homes that were recorded that have sold. It's down by 5.7%. Remember, we're seeing more inventory, less sales at the moment. But let's look at the stats, okay? 47.6% of the homes still sold above asking price. So almost 70%. We have, let me see, how many is that? 21 homes sold at asking. So almost 70% of the market is still at asking and above. So that's still very strong. That's actually above a standard traditional market of that typical growth that we talked about of 5 to 7% per year. We're still seeing strong numbers. Now, again, with my selling platforms, I've got some very specific platforms that I've created to help sellers make sure that they're still getting above market values, and the buyers are still getting the right deals on the marketplace. Only 22 homes, which was about 27% of the home sales last month, or I'm sorry, this month, that sold under asking. But you got to remember, it's not a lot. We're not looking at large percentages. If it's sold under asking, it's typically maybe with some concessions. and or a little bit of negotiating. And what I found out is it's typically a home that maybe doesn't have all the updates that were quite needed, or possibly needed a new roof or something of that type. Other than that, as you can see by the numbers, we're still holding strong. So if you ever are considering selling now, it's still going to be a guarantee of getting good market value or higher. So lastly, what I want to get into is days on market. You guys, everything is still moving very, very strong. As you can see, the number of homes that is sold in 30 days or less is about 75 to almost 80% of the market. I'm sorry, 75 homes that have sold last month, which is 91% of the marketplace in Shelby Township that sold in 30 days or less. So that still indicates a very strong market. You know, an average, as we talked about, is right around between 60 and 90 days. So a good strong market, 30 days or less, we're still moving progressively forward. I think people are just needing to adjust a little bit to the new market and pricing, along with the interest rates, of course, because that is, again, affordability. So only 6 homes sold between 30 and 90 days, and only one that sold over 90 days in the records for Shelby Township. And again, that's very, very strong numbers. Guys, if you have any questions at all about the market, the stats, or you want a copy of the market reports, just go ahead and reach out to us. The link, again, is in the description. Reach out, give us your contact information. We can email this stuff right over to you. That way you can see it. It'll have it right in your email. It's in a PDF format. We always are willing to provide that information. And again, thanks for watching, you guys. We always love to have you back here with us and revisiting, or if you're new. And remember, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done that already. It's good seeing everyone. Hope to talk to you soon.